All right. Happy New Day to you. Behind your screen, I hope you're having a great day. On my end, I'm having a fantastic and a fabulous day. And I'm here today to give you another exciting video, an educational video that will help you to get closer to your dreams of landing your first online job. In this video today, I'm going to answer one question that I've been receiving recurrently, and it is, can I work online even if I'm a student? Now, a lot of people who have been contacting me regarding finding online jobs are students. It could be a full-time university student, part-time students, even college students, or people who are doing vocational training and doing specific certificates. And it is true that when you have a student, you might be telling yourself that you have some restrictions, but in this video I'm really going to break down the key mindset challenges that you probably have as a student, the key reasons why you as a student are in an excellent position to find an online job, and my top tips and strategies to help you as a student to land your first online job. And while you are at it, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that every single time that I release these amazing videos, you are notified first and you can take action first. Let's get started. Now, if you are a student and you are going to college or university, or you are probably doing vocational training, you might be telling to yourself that you don't stand a chance of landing an online job, but that is absolutely false. In fact, I started working online. I joined the gig economy when I was a student, still in medical school. I was doing the little things here and there, getting my little income, my little income, little jobs here and there. And a lot of the people who I also know who worked online started as students. And even people who had full-time jobs, and then decided to go to university, then they felt like when they were at university, they were not able to keep their full-time job. Again, they stopped working. Those people also, I have a few contacts like that who continued university, but they started working online to supplement their income and to also pay for their school fees. So definitely thinking that as a student you can get an online job is absolutely wrong. But I know that there are some challenges that you might be having, or some mindset issues that you have as a student. Number one could be thinking that you don't have time. And it's true, depending on the field that you are studying, your coursework, your academic semester, or even the year in which you are in, you might have more workload than somebody else who is not a student. So it's possible for you that you to feel that you don't have enough time because of the course load that you have, or maybe the major or the degree that you are pursuing. Another challenge or another mindset issue that students have is usually the idea that they don't have developed skills. Now, if you are a student, it means that you went to school, or you are going to school to learn something specific. So you haven't really fully learned it yet because you are still in school for it. But at the same time, you don't know about it because you are currently learning about it, right? So you might be feeling like, well, I don't really have a degree, or I don't have fully developed skills for this specific topic. So I don't really think that I can monetize it. But I'm here to tell you again that I started working online as a student, and I started in medical translation. I was translating documents for companies, English to French. Now, I didn't have a translation degree, and I hadn't finished medical school yet, but I had medical knowledge, and I also knew French and English from my own background growing up. So if I had stopped back then and I had told myself, well, I haven't finished learning this, therefore I have to wait for when I become a doctor, then I wouldn't have been as far as where I am right now. The key here is to really understand that for you to perform the job that you want to do online, you need to know more than the person you are serving. You don't need to be an expert, you don't need to have a degree, but you need to know more than the person you are serving. And once you have that edge, once you have that advantage over the person that you are serving, or you intend to serve, then you can work now to amplify your knowledge, to amplify your skills, maybe take additional course certificates, take free trainings online to really ground yourself in that field in a way that when you land a job online, then you will be even better equipped to serve that person. So that is a way for you to really get rid of that negative mindset or that imposter syndrome that you might be feeling, thinking that you don't really have the full skills yet, because in reality you have some knowledge in the field, right? You are studying and you are gaining knowledge. So it wouldn't be fair to you to say that, okay, I don't know anything about this at all, therefore I can't really monetize it. At the same time, I'm not saying that you should go into it not knowing anything at all, or just knowing the bare minimum, but you should be comfortable enough in your knowledge, even if you don't have the degree yet, even if you haven't finished studying, even if you're not an expert. And third mindset block, or the third challenge that students have when it comes to landing an online job, and that is, I don't have a degree. Now, put your hand in the air if you used to think that, or if you're still thinking that you need a degree to get an online job. Obviously, you're not going to see my hand in the air because that is just bull, right? Now, a lot of people out there, even to get regular 9-to-5 jobs, you feel like you need a degree. No, I'm not talking about the 9-to-5 industry or economy here. I'm talking specifically about online jobs. And I'm here to tell you, as your working online coach, that you don't need a degree to learn an online job. I have helped college students, university students who did not finish their degrees at all to get online jobs. I started working online without having a degree. Right now, I have students who are working online, making real money, and they don't have degrees. So you don't need a degree for you to be able to learn an online job. I repeat again, you don't need a degree for you to be able to learn an online job. This is why you need to like this page, subscribe to this page, so that every time I share tips and information for you, to really give you the tips and the advices and everything else that you won't see online, that you will be the first one to get that information on the YouTube page as soon as it's released. So that's why you have to like the page, like the page, subscribe to the page, and make sure that you are notified, because the kind of advice, the kind of tips that I share here are things that you're not going to see somewhere else. You've probably gone on different websites and it probably told you that you need to have this, you need to have that. It's true, when you're looking for an online job, there are some requirements that you need to meet, but a degree is not one of them. And too many of us out there are shooting ourselves in the legs. Too many of us out there are shortchanging ourselves, are cutting corners, or are just completely not believing in ourselves because we feel like we don't have a degree, or we didn't go to university, or we didn't finish university, or we didn't finish college. All of these are mindset blocks that you have in your head that are preventing you from going to the next step. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need to have a degree. If you have a degree, great, it's going to help you. But if you don't have, it's also okay. It's not going to prevent you from landing an online job. Now, in the second part of this video, let's talk about now why, as a student, you actually have an unfair advantage compared to somebody else who's not a student. Students are placed in a completely different and different good, not different bad, different good, different positive, completely different position compared to people who are not students. Students have additional advantages when they are applying for online jobs. And I'm telling you, there are some employers here who are looking for people who are at the students level. And let me give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. Number one, as a student, you can actually go for entry-level jobs. When you are applying for online jobs are usually classified depending on not the difficulty, but depending on the level at which you are coming, right? And it doesn't matter which platforms you are going for, whether you are applying directly to freelance platforms or you are even applying to companies directly. You can go for jobs based on different levels of experience. But as a student, when you go for an entry-level job, you are actually seen more favorably. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, your employer or your future client can see that you are a student, and you can see that you are starting in that field. So they tend to look at your application in a more favorable way. Also, they understand that you are at the entry level because you are still learning, which means that there's a potential for you to grow and to develop in that field. If you are a student and you go for an expert level job, unless you have expert level skills, you are shooting yourself in the leg. But if you go for entry levels or beginner jobs in the specific field in which you are studying, the employer is actually going to see that, okay, you are actually pursuing a degree in this field, which means that by the time you are done with your degree, then most likely you're going to have a lot more skills and you're going to be able to benefit my company more. So as a student, you really have an advantage, and applying for entry-level job is not frowned upon because you are at the entry level, because you are still learning in that field. So your application is seen with more favor compared to somebody else who is not a student or who is not technically at the entry level for that specific job field. The second advantage of applying for jobs as a student is that you are more willing to learn and you are more likely to grasp new concepts. There's something about studying, and there's something about going to university, and there's also a reason why they say never stop learning, never stop studying. That's a way to keep your brain fresh and your brain active. When you are constantly studying, your brain is constantly active. Your brain is constantly looking to find new solutions, looking to be more creative, looking to be more involved in different things. The brain of somebody, actually scientifically speaking, even if you research these things, the brain of somebody who is studying or who is constantly learning things that challenge them constantly is different compared to the brain of somebody who is just at the regular 9-to-5 jobs, not learning anything, not taking no new skills courses, not learning an instrument, not doing anything, just every day you go to work 9 to 5, you come back. Scientifically speaking, those brains are different. I'm telling you, you can look it up, you can do that research yourself. But I'm sharing that piece of information with you, because I want to let you know that when you are a student, you can tap on that advantage, because companies online are very dynamic. They are looking for people who are dynamic, mentally agile. Right, so as a student, there's a certain level of mental agility that you have that somebody who is not currently learning or currently studying doesn't have, and that is scientifically proven. You are more it's almost like you are kind of like a little more astute. You are more open to things. You are more aware of things. Your brain just operates differently, and that is why even for people who have, a certain types of mental disabilities, or people who even want to increase their intelligence, it's always recommended to keep reading, keep learning, continuously take new skills. Learn new skills, do music, learn an instrument. By the way, I have my instrument that I need to pick up. I haven't really used that instrument in a while, but I need to pick it up. But anyways, it's not about me, right? All I'm saying is that as a student, you are more open to learning. You are more open to new development, and as such, companies love that. Online companies are very, very, very dynamic. They want people who are creative. They want people who think outside of the box. They want people who can think of solutions. They want people who are agile. So as a student, if you are able to show that you are not just currently learning, but you are also willing to develop, to grow, and to learn, then you are definitely positioning yourself in a way that is going to make you more looked upon, more favorable to a prospective client, a prospective employer. Another reason why as a student you have an unfair advantage when it comes to online jobs is when you graduate, you have the possibilities of working full-time with that company if you are not already working with them full-time. Let me explain. Right now, let's assume that you are studying social media marketing or even digital marketing at a university in the Caribbean or wherever in the world, right? You are in the second year of your three years program, and you land a job online with a company who is looking for somebody to do social media for their clients. Now, because you are currently studying social media and you are landing a job with this company doing social media, even though they hired you at the entry level when you started, by the time you complete your degree, you can actually negotiate to have a full-time position at a higher pay rate, because at that time you will have not gotten a degree, which will serve as leverage for you to negotiate more. So when you are a student, whatever you are studying, you have the ability to use your current degree or prospective degree for you to leverage bigger contracts with bigger clients, or even with your same clients, bigger pays and more hours. So these are all uncanny and amazing advantages that you have as a student if you are looking for an online job. Now that you've watched the first part of this video, you're probably thinking to yourself, yes, I think I can do this. I think even though I'm a student, I can make the time, I can organize myself to actually apply for online jobs. How do you go about it? What should you do as a student to maximize your chances of landing an online job? This is what we're going to talk about in this part of the video. But before we proceed, make sure that you have already liked this video. Give me my thumbs up, please. Subscribe to the video so that next time I post a high quality video like this one, you don't miss it and you are first to know about the video. Now let's talk about what are my top tips for you as a student watching this video right now who is looking for an online job. Number one, look for jobs within your skills category or within your educational field. If you're studying social media or digital marketing, look for jobs in digital marketing. If you're studying medicine, look for jobs in the healthcare fields. If you're studying graphic design or visual art, look for jobs in that field. And by the way, if you are not sure where to find jobs in those specific skills category, don't worry. On the bottom of this video, I have a link to what I call my remote job directory, which includes a compilation of so many companies around the world who are hiring right now people within your skills category. We're talking about graphic design, social media, virtual assistants, business management, HR, quality assurance, web developing, and so many things. These companies are hiring people around the world, specifically in the Caribbean, in Africa, in Asia, and so forth. So make sure before this video is over, click on the link below the video to get access to that remote job directory. It's free for you. Get access to the directory right now and apply to these companies. See if your skill category is there. If you're not seeing your skill category there, just come back on the video, comment below, let me know what your skill category is, and my team and I are going to look for jobs for you within that category. So number one, you want to apply for jobs within your skills category. You're already learning it at school, so the best thing for you will be to implement it with an online job where you are already in the field in which you're already studying. Okay. Number two, focus on entry-level jobs. I know a lot of people will tell you, oh, when you work online, you can make $10,000 and $20,000, and all of these things are true. You can make from 10 to 100K. So you can make all the money you want working online, right? But you have to start somewhere. And remember, as a student, depending on the level of experience or expertise you have, you might not be able to apply to some type of jobs from the get-go. So if you are getting started, I recommend applying for entry-level jobs. It's only fair because you're getting started. So get your foot in the door. The goal is to get your foot in the door. Once you are in, you are in. But don't look for things that are like extremely competitive or where you don't have enough tangible evidence to show your expertise. Go with entry-level jobs because they will allow you to get your foot in the door, and once your foot is in the door, you are able to maneuver yourself and you'll be able to get even higher paying jobs. Number three, my third tip for you as a student who is looking for an online job is apply for jobs within the different time zones and where you are located. This is a golden tip, and generally I only share these tips with my private paying coaching clients. But you are watching this video right now and I want to reward you. I'm telling you, this is something that I discovered personally alongside with other people that I work online with. Apply for jobs in the different time zones. It gives you an unfair advantage in the sense that when you are working in a different time zone, you can have 2 days. Okay, let's assume that you are currently located in the EST time zone, Eastern Standard Time, right? And you go to school, let's say from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You're not going to be able to work within these hours. It's almost like somebody who has a 9 to 5. You're not going to be able to work within these hours. So what you really want to do is work outside of your school hours. So you want to find clients who are located in different time zones, like the Australian time zones, New Zealand time zones, European time zones, Africa, Asia, and so forth. So you really want to work with clients who are in a different time zone compared to your original time zone. That way you are able to both complete your schoolwork and you are also able to work online. Okay, and between your jobs and your schoolwork, you're also going to learn how to manage your time, manage your energy, prioritize the things that should be a priority for you. I created a video on how to really maximize your time when you are looking for an online job if you're already working full-time. And technically working full-time is almost like studying full-time because you are basically occupied full-time. Make sure you watch this video or that video also because it gives you my top tips that I have implemented and I have taught to my students around the world to maximize their time so that they are able to both complete their full-time engagements and also make that money on the side. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you like, give me my thumbs up, please. Subscribe so that every single time that I post a video, you are the first to know and you can grab the tips from the get-go and implement it right away. See you on the next video.